All right, you guys, when you go in for an MRI, typically if you're a child, that means something serious is going on. An MRI is not an easy machine for an adult to go into. And if it's a child going into the machine, there's a whole lot of anxiety that comes along with it. Typically, if you are a child who's getting an MRI, there is potential for a serious outcome, whether it's cancer, whether it's a tear inside your ligaments or your knee or your soft tissue issue in your arms, legs, whatever it is. Typically, children don't get MRIs. So if a child is getting an MRI, that means something serious is going on. Now, an MRI machine, as you can see right here, is not an easy machine for adults to go in, let alone children. When a child is involved, more than likely we are involved as anesthesiologists. We usually have to sedate, if not put the child all the way to sleep. Anytime you have to go to sleep all the way, or even if you get sedation, that is anesthesia medications going through your child's body. Not only that, there's always a risk anytime you have any sort of anesthetic, low oxygen, low blood pressure, high blood pressure, all those things can be a threat to your life. And if you don't need anesthesia, or if you can come up with methodologies to decrease the amount of anesthesia that you need, going from general anesthesia to maybe a sedation type of anesthesia, that does decrease and help the outcomes somewhat. Now, with all that being said, I am not sponsored by Lego in any way, but Lego has gone out of their way to create a Lego playset that helps children kind of understand what the MRI machine is, how it works, what the little Legos do. So let's go ahead and watch the video and react on the back end.
Children can find MRI scans quite scary. Getting this Lego
That's a
set,
great,
we've
look
been able
at
to
that.
do a more hands-on approach.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
A lot of children these days need to see stuff to actually visualise what's going to happen.
Letting them know all the information and trying to learn through play.
NHS, that's probably Europe or UK.
Now he went inside to get a special test.
So seeing it in a Lego
See, like,
model
unfortunately,
and then going to do it
man,
themselves.
there's so much anxiety.
Makes a
And
huge difference in their
obviously, if you're in an
ability to
area where there aren't as many anesthesia providers, like Indonesia,
You know it's my turn.
that would help decrease the
I think it
burden,
helps us
help
feel
children get
relaxed
the
as well. We
exams.
knew how to talk to her about it rather than it just being a big scary experience.
We know that that's the best way for them to learn about what's happening and to
Absolutely.
process it.
If we hadn't have done play, she definitely would have needed general anaesthetic, and we really wanted to avoid it.
Let's pause it for a second. Look, for a child to go through an anesthetic, it is an anxiety-ridden experience. For adults to go through an anesthetic, it's an anxiety-ridden experience. About almost 1 in 2 healthcare professionals report that they need less sedation for a child after they play with the children's playset. Introducing the idea of an MRI to a child maybe a week before they go in for an MRI could potentially help ease their mind and decrease the amount of anxiety that comes along with. Now, as far as radiation goes, MRIs are some of the lowest levels of radiation, if not zero radiation. There's no radiation going through them like a CAT scan or an X-ray. It's all magnets, so it's actually a safer alternative, especially if you're worried about the effects of radiation and or the effects of dye being shot into your body for CT scans, which can impact your kidneys. Actually, anytime we shoot dye inside your body, it does impact your kidney, and we see a creatinine bump, which is the measure for how well your kidneys are functioning. So MRIs are safer. Problem is, you got to stay still for a lot longer. CAT scans are a lot faster. Let's keep going.
They've not had the long day the general anaesthetic would have with the fasting and the waiting lists. Seeing
That's a great point. If you have to have a general anesthetic, a child cannot eat before surgery. Typically, they go NPO at night, sometimes at midnight. So a child might be scheduled for an MRI at 12 o'clock and they can't eat from midnight all the way to noon, which is 12 hours for a child, especially someone who's undergoing cancer like this unfortunate child right here. That's hard. That is hard. It's not easy. So I can't explain or express how thankful I am that Lego is doing this, going out of their way to kind of impact children's healthcare, because any company that's going out of their way to help children are companies that I want to support.
children have successful scans with the play sessions we've done is absolutely amazing.
If anybody has the opportunity to use it, they should, because it just took all the nerves away on the day and it just went plain sailing.
Seeing them all proud of themselves, it's really, really rewarding. It has really helped progress the sessions I do with children.
Listen, Lego, I'm a big fan. If I can help in any sort of way, you can probably help by sharing the video and getting some more awareness out there. I was unaware that this Lego set even existed, and my son loves Legos. So and I'm a social media guy, and I didn't even know. So hopefully we can get this out there more to help children understand what the MRI machine is, because it is absolutely life-saving. but it's also a lot of anxiety associated with MRIs. So what do you guys think? Leave a comment below if you made it to the end of the video. I love you guys. I will absolutely see you on the next one.